Welcome back to another episode of Petals of Reincarnation. So in the previous episode, we got to see the entire chaos happening all around the world because every single returner has used this chance, this war between, the Forest of the Greats and our guys as kind of like an excuse to come out and also, just cause chaos. So we got to see a bunch of that, and it feels like it's going into a full all-out war here. We got to see a few other returners, few new returners here as well, greats if you will. So yeah, it's becoming a war on a bigger and bigger scale now, but let's see how this is all gonna go down. So if you wanna watch this, Uncut and Blurred is on Patreon in the description, and let's go into Petals of Reincarnation, episode 9. Ayn showed up, that's it. So we're gonna see how this all happened. Ooh, the rot. She's gonna... She just left her leg behind, her foot behind. Oh, nice. She's here. That was quick. We are very snappy with how we're moving through this, man. So, is she without a foot? Ooh, it's from the knee down, it seems. Maybe even further up. That's nasty. Huh. Oh, she's alive? That's not who I was expecting. I was 100% sure that she's gonna be dead. Yeah, it's Neumann. Okay. So she can only do it if it's logical, but not if it's artistic. Interesting. That's cool. That's actually really smart from Einstein. Introverted geek. This episode has such a different feel to it compared to the other ones. Yeah, I want to see the other greats. Or just the other returners. There's also something happening with Musashi that we haven't really seen what that's all about in the previous episode. With the centipede. Ooh. That is a big conundrum though. What do you do? What do you do in that case? Fuck. Let's say all of the returners have to die, but by doing that, or like you can save the world, right? But that's a big conundrum because that's even worse than the previous one that we saw in Seiya's flashback, right? With Changyu, when they were like, we need to kill all of the sinners, right? But here they're just saying we need to kill all of the returners, period. Which is just feels so wrong, right, to do. Graphite? Yeah, exotic matter. Oh, that's why it crumbles, because the atomic structure has... So yeah, I'm guessing they take atoms from outside of, you know, from their surroundings, which would kind of explain why the concrete would crumble like this, because the structure of the concrete would be completely destroyed because of it, right? Because the atom structure of it would end up being destroyed because some of the atoms would be used up as fuel for the energy output of the petals. Interesting. That seems pretty dangerous. That seems very dangerous, actually, and non-sustainable. Yep. Okay, this is the confirmation. It was Nostradamus. Braille? That's Braille.
これは展示だよ。
Yep.
花びらには花あり、花には枝あり、枝には木あり。
Oh, there's a tree, so if you cut it down, all the returners will probably die.
僕はピンときたね。この予言は輪廻の枝のすべてを総括する核のような存在を示唆している。消えた花弁もそこに帰るんじゃないかって。なるほど、そういうことだったか。お、いたんだ、携帯くん。怪しい文言で東野を連れ出して何を話すかと思えば、それに君ではなくちゃんをつけろ。私は女性だぞ、敬え。どうする北塚くん。別に構わねえよ。隠すわけでも嘘を吹き込むわけでもねえ。まあ、体はあるけどな。じゃあ聞くけど携帯ちゃん。偉人の森が配ってた枝ってどこから工面してたの？倒した罪人格の回り物から得ていたが、それが何か？あ、いや、もし枝を作った人からもらっていたのなら、その人をたどれば確定的な情報が得られたのにと思っただけだよ。枝を作った人間がいるなど考えてもみなかった。枝の制作者。そんな人本当に。
All begins and ends at the seed. Makes sense.
種にて始まり終わりあり。この予言にあやかり、僕たちは花弁の核を輪廻の種と呼称し、破壊を目指す。俺たちの部隊は低密度化した方向を流れた花弁の先に種があるはずだ。だが種を見つけるための実験は種が遠いほど複数回必要になる。うちにある枝はこれだけ。
It's like an ender pearl. Or like Eye of Ender. In Minecraft. That leads you to the thingy, you know, the structure, the stronghold. A little bit of threats. Oh, that's a rough one. That's a rough choice to make. We're going into Attack on Titan territory. Ooh, that does not feel good. That's just genocide. I agree with Musashi. Oh my goodness, the voice acting. Holy. I mean, you know what the problem with this argument is? This is like saying, oh, because a weapon exists, we must exterminate everyone, like all people, because they can use that weapon and be potentially dangerous with it, right? It's like saying, oh, guns exist, so to basically get rid of war, we need to kill all people. You know, it's kind of like on getting to that level. Obviously, this is just a, you know, not all of humanity that's gonna end up dying, but it's still genocide, right? You can't, that is, I mean, you can't really justify genocide now, can you? You can't, we're getting back to this entire matter of, you can't preemptively wipe out someone in fear of them becoming bad. Uh-oh. Oh boy. I mean, these guys are just horrible. Musashi. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice, Ein. Bro's just gonna die. That's a cool position, though. Also, I think the wall or the hole in the wall is the least of your problems. If anyone sees that ravine or this building, they're gonna know that something's up here, even without the hole.
今すぐまともに動く足を用意して。野良狩りなら私がやってあげるわ。でも一人で十分。有志きっての天才。アインシュタイン様に感謝しなさいよ。今はこれでいいわ。種さえ手に入れれば、まだ道はある。アインシュタイン、動き出したか。あら、てっきり死んだかと思ってましたが、私の庭をうまく避けていたようだ。が、警戒のしすぎが裏目に出たの。お手柄でした。あなたの深層意識のせいで勝手に設けた3ヶ月猶予の件、水に流すとしましょう。何の話だ？
She knows.
あらあら、デブ賞だったあなたが珍しい。
Lazy bones.
ゴエモン。柳生さん、どうして？俺も共に。
So does Nightingale suspect
すみません。
von Neumann? That would be pretty bad.
気にするな。行くぞ。海の方にいるはずだ。
Lazy bones.
どうやのバカ。
やあ、迷える人類
Oh
女子
no. Who are you?
またあったね。驚いたよ。まだ不完全とはね。
なんだこの男。
We meet again.
いない。ということは回り物じゃない。
おや、忘れてしまったのかい？いや、みんな忘れ
Mmm.
人間の気配じゃない。考えるな。こういう時は。
これは
悪しきは内腹。出かける？そう、あいつが生きてるから。リンゴちゃんも借りてくよ。これまたひどい人選。ですが良い傾きです。いいでしょう。おい、3ヶ月は手を。ノイマンは黙ってましょうね。いってらっしゃい。ただ、すぐ壊してしまわないようにね。アルベルト、その呼び方やめて。
Albert.
苦しむだけ苦しませて殺してやる。当然の報いだよね。アインシュタインは2人もいらない。
As in Albert Einstein? What?
センチメンタルなのかい？
峰の一戦とはいえ、無事なはず。
改めて名乗るよ。俺はアラン・スミシーだ。
Alan Smithy.
話をしよう。
I'm gonna Google this. Let me Google it here during the ending. Okay. Okay, I looked it up. Alan Smithy is a pseudonym used by directors who want to stay like anonymous for whatever reason during like on the credits of the movie, right? They would put Alan Smithy as their name in the credits instead of their own name. Usually, probably when, you know, if a movie is really bad, they don't want to be mentioned in it, and they know it's bad, but it's coming out still. They kind of like put a... I'm guessing that's kind of like the reason they want to disown the project for whatever reason it is, right? So they use an alias like Alan Smithy, right? It used to be a thing. Interesting. I wonder what that means then, how it's going to correlate to this character here, because it seems like he is gonna be the person who's making, you know, who's largely responsible for the creation of Returners here, because we saw him at like the tree earlier. So I'm guessing he's gonna be, yeah, responsible for it. So I'm guessing the project in question here from Alan Smithy is, you know, the entire seed of Reincarnation and the Returners and stuff. So I'm guessing he's using an, you know, this name here for this project of making the Returners, but why? I don't know why. Right, it's also more of a conceptual name. If that actually is his name, it would be kind of like more of a conceptual name, right? Like conceptual for like some kind of like anonymity, some kind of like I don't know. We'll see. We will see what it means, right? Also, interesting thing, I think I obviously completely disagree with the entire thing that, you know, Toya was being convinced was the correct thing. You know, obviously you can't just, there's no way that you can rationally excuse killing off an entire portion of people because of your, you know, because you're like thinking that they're probably gonna end up either being dead, or because, you know, that the people who are attacking you are part of this group, so you're gonna kill everyone in this group, even though a probably even larger part is completely innocent, right? You can't really justify that. So I completely disagree with them on that matter. So yeah, because it's kind of like, you know, going back to the entire von Neumann stuff when she was saying, you know, if there's no opposing side, then there can be no war. And I feel like they are trying to commit genocide here, which isn't really the perfect option now, is it? But we'll see where this is gonna go, right? We'll see where it's gonna go now with Musashi, with this guy Alan Smithy here. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. For now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.